Welcome back to Prime Live Ramadan edition. Today we are excited to speak to two individuals, gentlemen, who I was fortunate to overlap at school with in the personages of Muzamil, Hurzook and Waseem Sirkhot. Both of them have been championing the Actonville Community Fundraiser, a transformative event that brings together diverse voices, inspires unity, and provides an opportunity for community members to contribute to positive change. Through insightful guest speakers, productive networking, and a shared goal of supporting the Actonville community, this fundraiser promises to be an enriching and impactful experience for all who attend. It gives me great pleasure, gentlemen, many years later, to welcome you to Prime Live Ramadan edition.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum assalam. So, Waseem, will kick off with you. What inspired the two of you, and I guess a band of others, to organize the Actonville Community Fundraiser?
Okay, so I think let's just go a little bit back just to give a brief explanation. So I think about 2 years ago, Muzamil and his team started an organization called Actonville Community Alumni. So they were a group of friends that were in school together. I think it was Pioneer Primary, if I stand to be corrected. And they started their organization. And from there they started building and doing a lot of work in the community. But I think more on the Actonville Community Alumni, before we come to inspiration, Muzamil can talk a bit about that because he's obviously the chairman of the organization.
Muzamil?
Assalamu alaikum. So basically, like Waseem said, we started this organization 2 years ago. This is our third year running. And alhamdulillah, so far we're trying to make a difference in Actonville. We're trying our best, we're working hard at it. We've accomplished, a few feeding schemes. We've done, in your Watville and those areas, we've done some of the crashes there. We've helped BBH last year also, with the autistic kids, etc. So, yeah, from our side, basically, we started off as Pioneer Primary School alumni, but then we realized that, there is a greater need out there in the community. And that's where we decided that we will do some of the community work. And alhamdulillah, so far we're going strong, our team is working hard. And that's the reason why we're actually having this fundraiser, is to basically get people to know more about what we're doing. And we need to get in more monies, so that we can do much more than that.
So maybe for the benefit of viewers from other parts of the country and those in the United Kingdom, Actonville is a suburb of a city known as Benoni. It's the same city from which Charlize Theron originates. It's the city closest to the international airport in Johannesburg, or Tambo International Airport. These two gentlemen, as they mentioned, together with their teams, have been championing some level of upliftment in the community and getting people to give back. Now, Muzamil, you mentioned the Actonville Community Fundraiser and what inspired setting it up as a means of getting people to participate, and also highlighting the little bit of work that has been done thus far. When I say little relative to the sense of the much more that you most probably have planned. Waseem, can you tell us a bit about the guest speakers that you've lined up for this event?
Okay, so I think when you talk about Benoni and you talk about Actonville and the people that have come, and you talk of people like Charlize Theron, etc., for the viewers, for those that don't know who Charlize Theron, at least you know Abdurrahman Layli, and he also grew up in Actonville, still there 2 or 3 times a week for that matter. Yeah, so one of the speakers is going to be Fasia Hassan as well, and I think she's on air a bit later today, speaking on human rights. She was the youngest MPL in Gauteng. She currently sits in Parliament in Cape Town, and also she has been quite involved in the Fees Must Fall campaign, an activist, someone who's been fighting for the Palestinian cause on a regular basis, including this week where she spoke about the Palestinian cause in Parliament, and she's very, very vocal about all those kind of things, human rights, etc. Today being Human Rights Day, Sharpeville massacre 65 years later, we get to live a free life, and we have the freedom that we have in South Africa, and it's through people like Fasia, her dad, who was also involved, who was also an activist those years, fighting and being in the front lines of all of these protests and stuff like that, gives us the freedom today. So she's also an activist and a leader. I think something else that I just want to bring in quickly is, together with that, they're doing the Actonville Community Alumni at the fundraiser, they're also doing a book launch on leadership. I think the book is called The Art of Leadership, also written by someone who grew up in Benoni by the name of Salim Aziz. So that's one of the the big things of the fundraiser is the launch of this book called The Art of Leadership, where Muzamil and his team and together, I've just been more on the sidelines, have been more involved with.
Well, a note for us in terms of Prime Live, we definitely will do our part to feature Salim Aziz on the show so we can get insight into the book that he's authored, knowing that we always feature those who've come out with new publications. Either Muzamil or Waseem, what do you hope attendees will learn from attending this fundraiser?
For me, I think it's more getting more into leadership. People get a better understanding of leadership. And also, from our side, where people understand what communities need. We know there's a lot out there that needs to be attended to. And through organizations like these, we try. So in this way, as long people get to know get a better understanding of, what is needed.
Excellent. So Muzamil, you referenced earlier that some of the creches that you've championed via the small band of alumni from your primary school were not in Actonville, but were in neighboring communities. Naturally, when you mention surrounding what people will benefit from attending this fundraiser, it's the idea of inspiring levels of civic engagement and activism beyond just the immediate community of Actonville?
Yes. We did go out of Actonville. We're not keeping it to Actonville only. So the surrounding areas around here, yes, we're hoping that they can also benefit from it, And yeah.
Waseem, for those interested in attending the Actonville Community Fundraiser or supporting this initiative, how can they reach out to either of you or others as the event organizers?
I think the best option would be to get hold of Muzamil or myself. I'll give out our numbers shortly. And I think just to add to what you were saying, and leading and leadership in the community of Actonville, I think it's very, very important for us to understand that Actonville was this great community, and it has been run down quite a lot in recent times. And the work that the Actonville community alumni are trying to do is to try and build it up, bring it back to its old, work on, anything from sport to community to religion, to bring all of that up, create that unity again, assist everybody in the community that's trying to build it up to where it used to be. It's a very, very close-knit community. And inshallah, with the work and the effort that they're doing and all of the other organizations that do many different things, the community will start building again. So to contact, you can contact myself. My number is 084 999 0999. Muzamil, I think it's not your number.
074 786 7111.
So one other amazing thing about these two individuals, they've always sported numbers that are very easy to remember. Just by Waseem sharing his number, I remember it. 084 999 0999. Gentlemen, before we bid you farewell, if you could just give us details of when the fundraiser will be taking place, so there may be some certain viewers who may decide to indulge.
So it will be on the 5th of April. We're having it at Ozzy's Kitchen, and it's starting at 2:30.
Excellent. So you've got those details, beloved viewers, with regards to the Actonville fundraiser. Maybe you're asking the question, why not in Actonville? Most of the alumni don't live in Actonville anymore, but naturally still will be actively contributing. Do stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we're back, more invigorating conversations right here on Prime Live Ramadan Edition.